Maurice Jones-Drew, the former Jaguars running back, has an interesting perspective because all sides seem to think that Trevor Lawrence is headed to the Jags at number 1. Is it so easy? Can you put it in pen? MJD said his old team has to do, even though it seems like a slam dunk, got to do your due diligence here.
I know everyone wants to say that Trevor Lawrence is a consensus number 1, and I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying I don't know if he is.
Exactly.
Right? How about you take a look at some other people to make sure, really do your due diligence and dive in and make sure. You can't just go out there and say, this guy is this, because when you're picking number 1, you have to make sure that pick is the right pick, because if you miss that pick, it can get bad. It can get bad real quick.
It's just not the film. It's the offseason. It's the training. It's the combine. It's the sitting down, putting him on the board. Let's see if he is what everybody thinks he is. You can't just look at college film and say he's a clear number 1 pick. And I agree with Maurice Jones-Drew there, having been a high pick myself. You've got to do your due diligence. Because between now and the time the draft comes, people that run these organizations and head coaches have not seen Trevor Lawrence in person. They've only watched clips in film, in games. They've got to now sit down with their scouts, get the information, look at all the information, Zubin and Jay, find out what it is that he does well. Think about it. Do you think Sean Payton has seen Trevor Lawrence in person? No, because he's trying to win the damn Super Bowl. So he hasn't. Eric Bieniemy is in the midst of winning the Super Bowl. He hasn't seen Trevor Lawrence. He hasn't probably even watched Clemson film.
Keep in mind Friday, Saturdays for traveling on the road and putting the final touches on your game plan, and that has to take 100% of your energy.
You get him on the board in your meetings. You put stuff on the board. You asked him, where's the hot read at? You asked him, what's the protection? And he can't spit that stuff out the way that you thought he could, will make you nervous. Because now all of a sudden you say, well, I don't think he's picking up the system fast enough. Now you all of a sudden get Trey Lance in the room, and he's going, pop, 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 pop. And then you're going, or you get Zach Wilson in the room, and Zach Wilson is, with his eyes closed, can tell you everything that's going on. And that's impressive.
Lower profile guys at North Dakota State, BYU, respectively.
So you just don't know. And I respect Mel. I respect Todd McShay and every other dude that does this year-round for a living. But as I know and they know, these things change week to week in the offseason before the draft. They just change.
Also, Key, look, a lot of the media has influence over what people read, what they hear,
Absolutely.
Doing their due diligence. Michael Jordan didn't go number 1 in the draft. I'm not comparing anybody in this draft to Michael Jordan on the football side. All I'm saying is teams' needs, who their head coaches are, who their GMs are, who do they come in with preconceived notions about who they like already factors into all
just,
this.
You know, I was texting with you guys, what was it, a week ago, Ohio State, when they beat Clemson and the game was going on, and I was saying the narrative's going to change on Trevor Lawrence as time goes on in the offseason. And having conversations with people that had him high on their list yesterday, they're starting to doubt what he is. And they were ridiculously high on him. And now it's like, well, I got to look, I got to see, I don't know. It just changes. These things are fluent, man. They change every single time you look up. And even these mock drafts, you see them in January. When you get to March, some of them names won't even be in the first round.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.